Welcome, everybody, to the Journeymen Lounge podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
The Journeymen Lounge podcast rides again. We got a familiar face of the pod to my right. We got Mr. Bronson.
Hello.
Give us a hello.
Hello.
All right, good stuff. Any other comments there? Just
Hello.
maybe a good to be back, or
Yeah, it's been a while.
it's been a minute.
It's here with Zoe and her daughter. They might be popping in and out of camera, so
Yeah, we'll if they
If it
want
happens,
to,
it
if they want to
happens.
make their Journeyman Lounge debut,
yeah.
that'd be cool. All right, so if you want to, come on over.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it's scary.
I know it's a little scary.
Oh,
it's
that
okay.
microphone's- That is
Come
adorable.
here. Come here.
When you're ready. There's no rush.
All right. So we have the usual suspects, though. We got Woj, we got Ryan, we got Bobby. Look
Ahoy,
at-
hoy.
I mean, Ryan came in and just torched Bobby. He said, "What's up, Blue Bega?"
And then he's like, "Hey, Jason Mraz."
That was
I'm
great.
getting, left and right here. That's fine.
That was so great. But
well, no, it was good.
it was fantastic. So
Well delivered.
we
You look
are
good.
So we're just kind of doing a little bonus episode here with Bronson. We'll get you on again for sure. But at
name.
least for right now, there's been a lot of moves since obviously the last time you've been on the season, off-season moves and stuff like that. So give us a 1 minute top-down Bears. Where are we at right now, and what do you expect for the season? What's the result?
What's our over/under for the win total?
I think it's at 8.5.
Ooh.
That's tough.
I mean, look at the pieces that they put together, though.
now.
That's
Hey,
why
now.
it jumped up. Last year, dude, it was 7.
You're in a tough
Right.
division, though.
Well, true Bears fans know that it's already a heartbreak before the season starts.
Well said.
They're plus 3,500 or 35,000. I can't remember what.
Probably 3,500.
Yeah, I was gonna say
To
35.
win, to win the Super Bowl.
You said 8.5?
8.5.
wins.
I'll take the over.
You're going to take the over?
I like 9. Yeah, why not?
I'm thinking this is going to be a good.
You still do the $100 on the Super Bowl bet?
No.
Okay.
That one went real because I also did $100 on the Bulls one time because
Ooh.
Dude, that's throwing away money.
they
The
were
past
like
couple of
plus
years.
20,000. This was like 10 years ago, so they weren't that great. This is after
That
the D Rose
$100
era and all that stuff.
There.
But I mean, in terms of the Bears and stuff like that, oh, it's fine. She can step over that. It's all good.
She cruising. Don't worry.
But the Bears again, I think the pieces kind of like it's not that crazy. Plus 3,500, they put something together. Now, granted, I'm a Bears optimist, right? So I'm gonna say,
Me too.
hey, they got a chance. But realistically, the main missing piece was absolutely Ben Johnson. I mean, you
Offensive
get
line.
well. In my mind, it's Ben Johnson is a coach that knows what he's doing. Yes. It's a coach that knows what type of plays to run, and thirdly, it's an offensive-minded coach. Eberflus wasn't the guy. I mean, you can name however many Bears coaches you want in the last.
Why
10
they kept him? Eberflus was beyond me for that extra season. You got rid of everyone. Oh, but keep Eber. It's like
Yeah,
no, dude.
to keep
fire sale.
every-
Well, how
Everybody-
about Shane Waldron as an OC? That was unbelievable.
every decision that they made leading up to now, and then they started getting their heads out of their butts after. I would say like as soon as they fired Eberflus, they were like,
Right.
okay, now we need to actually get competent coaches. We need to.
I don't know how you guys feel, but it came to a point where literally you didn't have to watch the first 3 quarters of the game last year.
You
They
mean
only
the
come
last?
to life? Yeah,
The Bears
in the
offense
fourth
came
quarter.
to life in the fourth
Yeah.
quarter. And
Oh,
it's
okay,
like,
fair
oh,
point,
okay,
fair
here we
point.
go. It was just weird. I
Sure.
don't know.
I would say that there were at least a lot of. I'm watching those games last year with a lot of hope, and I'm going, okay, this is
Comeback City.
Let's see.
Well, they had an
we got-
anemic offense with a great defense, which kept them from not being out of the game at any point. But
Caleb
they still
Williams
don't know how to
looks
win.
Good.
Well,
He
this
looks
is
good.
Yeah.
what I would go with, and then I'll throw it over to Ryan here.
Sure.
But Caleb Williams looked awful with. I'm sorry, I take that back. Caleb Williams looked decent with an awful offensive line.
And
So the ceiling-
horrible offensive strategy.
So the ceiling is very high for him, I think. But again, like we make so many moves now that I'm like, okay, now that's a realistic thing I'm looking at. Okay, can he put it together? Can he, throw? I'm even going low ball, like 20 to 25 touchdowns. Can you
Does he
throw
break
that
the record?
and then run for a couple? What's the
Ooh.
record?
4,000 passing yards.
Oh no, no.
I mean, that
He will never hit 4,000.
I thought-
this
A Bears
season.
quarterback has never.
Yeah,
done that.
Jay Cutler came
It'll never
close.
happen.
He was at like
What do you
36
think?
or 37.
I think it could happen. With
I don't
Ben
see him at
Johnson.
25. I'd take the under if that's his passing touchdowns.
Well, again, that's so low. Ryan, what do you got?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I think with Ben Johnson, they're equipped to move forward with the offense the way they want. You got an actual offensive guru, if you will, hopefully, and
Another tight end.
and the guy who knows how to turn, Jared Goff into something good. And I don't even think he was that, before that.
Make him look
So
good. Yeah.
if he can turn him into that, I think Caleb Williams got a good shot. I mean, Eberflus, as you said, he was a complete. I mean, I said this last year before the season. I'm like, they should have fired him going into it. Like, you got to start together with the coach and the GM and everything.
Also, the Bears, just to interject, the Bears had that really dumb rule or franchise thing of never firing a coach mid-season.
It's
Right.
stupid.
Fire.
Right.
If he's doing bad, you need to fire him.
All the
Virginia's gone.
And all the reports were last year that Waldron and Eberflus wouldn't even show Caleb Williams how to look at plays.
Yeah.
Wouldn't watch tape with him. Didn't show that's just like elementary stuff.
Right.
So I like their chances. I think they're going to be improved. Caleb just has to cut down on the mistakes, and I think we'll be good. I think got an improved offensive line, improved playmakers around him. I would like to see him and DJ Moore get on the same page. It seems like I don't know if they like each other.
I
or
love
not,
DJ
or-
Moore.
Seemed to
Use
me
him.
like they were kind of off the two of them. So I'd like to see them connect more.
I mean, give more time in an actual offensive-minded system where I think Ben Johnson's going to go, who's the guy that we can get the ball to that's going to score? DJ Moore. I mean, last season, dude, you saw the games. Like
the games
DJ
you were alive. Yeah.
DJ Moore, when he had like 6+ targets, they're either in games or average scoring, like went up like a full touchdown. And when he has like 4 or less, they're like, they're scoring 8 points, like
Right.
average. It's like, duh.
I mean, you guys said improved offensive line. They traded for people. They drafted people. Hopefully that improves the running game. DeAndre Swift had one of his best seasons under Ben Johnson a few years ago. So
I'm curious to see how that plays.
I do want to have them address the running back room because to me, you paid DeAndre Swift, but you didn't pay him like $25 million a year. Like he is cuttable, or he's like, hey, you could be the change of
it's-
pace
running
guy.
back
He's
market,
serviceable.
though.
it's a prove it year for sure.
I would say Saquon's at the top.
Sure.
The running back market has always been low ball.
Well, it's because of the position is so prone to injury that you're trying. Teams do not want to pay a
Do
guy
you take
$20
that
million.
risk?
I mean, usually it was, but I think last year, now this year, it's been upticking again with the whole Saquon resurgence and
Derrick
Derrick Henry
Henry,
and
You will see just because of the way that
As
the
it-
salary
you
cap,
should,
the salary cap increases though year over year, is that every single year you are going to see every single position new highest paid player in
Right.
the NFL
Brock
franchise
Purdy.
history.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy. That's amazing what he got.
Yeah,
His
I mean,
contract.
yeah. I mean,
he kind of proved it a little bit,
He
but
went to the Super Bowl. I get it.
but he's not
that's
making that
quarterback
contract.
market
yeah.
now.
Well,
Yeah.
Daniel Jones gets paid, so that's weird. So
I mean, Daniel
mean,
Jones'
what-
agent
Where is
and
he?
and Kirk Cousins' agent belong in the Hall of Fame.
yeah, agreed.
He's
One
in,
thing.
he's in Indianapolis, by the way.
One thing I'm excited about for the Bears, and I'm hoping this changes, and you guys, I want your comments on this. You guys have never been a high-risk, high-reward offense, and seldom, I think if I had to look at all the teams in the NFL, you had passes beyond 15 or 20 yards for your offensive scheme. I think you're probably on the bottom 5 teams to have, percent, downfield. I'm excited if you guys start to do a little more cowboy stuff. Like, cowboy in the sense of
Cowboy
like
in
Ben
slinging it.
Johnson.
Yeah.
You mean like just more risky?
Risky, yeah.
Not being
Sling
the
it.
Cowboys.
Like
Not the
because
cow-
Well,
No.
hook,
I don't want to be the
No,
Cowboys.
no one wants to be the Cowboys.
well, hook and ladder. You saw how
Yeah.
many times did Detroit run a hook and ladder?
Yeah, it works.
Detroit?
No, but I'm excited to see you guys push the field. So now their secondary has to start paying attention.
We have seen that in the past when Matt Nagy came at first.
But
He revolutionized the Bears offense
did.
for that 1 year. Now we need to see consistency in it, though. Can you do that? And can you keep doing that? Can you keep keep upping the ante? Can you be consistent? Are you not just a flash in the pan?
Right.
It'd be interesting to
and-
see
and
how
can-
Ben does
yeah.
by himself.
And how well do you lead the entire team? As a leader, as of men. That's a big factor. in
I mean,
football.
nobody respected Aberflus. That was an absolute
Right.
fact.
No, for sure.
Yeah, you need somebody in there who's going to lead. Now,
Like-
I'm a more of a give me a dick a guy, crack some skulls, But
I mean, I think honestly the key like these days is like you need to have an offensive minded head coach usually, and then like a good defensive coordinator.
You need like a Buddy
like
Ryan
a veteran,
back.
like Vic Fangio or something like
Yeah.
like the Eagles have, or like we used to have. Like we're a guy who can just take care of that side of the ball. You worry about the other side, but and exactly like Buddy Ryan.
Buddy, I love it. He didn't even know Ditka's name, I think, for like half the season. Oh,
No,
yeah, that guy.
That guy.
I mean, hey man,
Stay out of my room.
that is a pure example though of two guys who you can go, hey, we don't need to like each other, but we can win
Yeah,
on the
I
field.
mean, yeah.
I'm
doing
the
my
NFL
job over here.
and football in general is a goal-oriented, a win-oriented league.
Right.
If you're not winning, then we got to change it. All right, another special guest jumping in. We like it.
This is Mallory.
So, again, the Bears. I'm just going to go down the line. What do we think is total wins? I'm going to go 10 for the season. I think it's a big resurgence here. It's going to show the entire league like, hey, okay, now we got some fuel. We got some fuel in the fire.
Tough schedule. I'm going to go 8.
8, okay.
I think 9.
9.
I'm sticking with 9 too. I think you guys will scrape by and get 9 off
Okay.
of like one good win off of a team that
Well,
you should have lost.
I think we'll have good wins, but I think we'll have some tough losses.
Oh, no, I guarantee you're gonna have
like,
tough
As
losses.
Bobby, as you alluded to, we have like arguably the toughest division in football.
Yeah, NFC North doesn't play, man.
So
Well,
you know,
if I'm being honest,
Oh,
though, that
please.
change. I'm not discounting that the NFC isn't still tough though, but you're ripping the head coach from like your division rival. You're going, hey, Ben Johnson, you're now over here. Ben Johnson knows the sit. Like,
no, I know, but I'm not knocking
the
Ben. I'm saying
offensive
it's going to be
coordinator,
very
like-
competitive. You have Detroit, who's still relevant. You got Green Bay still doing well. You got Minnesota that knows how to win.
Well, I'm just saying specifically for the
know how
Lions
to
and the
do anything in
Bears. I
playoffs,
feel
but-
like Dan Campbell is like the heart of the team, right? So
Sure.
like he ignites a fire, but Ben Johnson was the brain. We just removed the brain from them, and now they have to get somebody else in there. I think the Lions. I still think that they have enough talent to be good, but I think they're going to be completely different
yeah.
in terms of
Well, their defense was hurt too.
defense was hurt.
Could be healthy.
Yeah, they did a playoff push with like some key players out,
Right.
and they still did well.
And I mean, Minnesota is. I'm sorry, we're going to keep on.
I was just
lines?
saying, it will be interesting to see how the offense functions without Ben Johnson. I think
Right.
they'll still be a good team, but we don't really know how that looks
Right.
without him. And then the Vikings have a new quarterback. You know, he could be better than Sam Darnold, but we don't know. He's unproven. J.J. McCarthy.
I mean, dude, it's a classic Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, theory. You remove the red
Not familiar with that.
Ranger.
What's that one?
You remove the Red Ranger, the entire team falls to pieces. You need to have a
No,
leader.
what are you talking about? You got Tommy the Green Ranger. He's
Tommy
the
was
man.
green and then he was white.
Yeah, and he still kicked ass. No
Identity crisis all
But
over the
no,
place.
How do you guys remember the names?
Because I
Well,
grew up
everybody
with it.
Hey,
knows
everyone had a
Yeah,
crush
but-
on the pink one,
Oh, of course.
Kimberly. Hello.
right? Classic.
You want to say something to Mike? No. Okay. She's camera shy. Audio shy.
It's like Steph Curry with his daughter at the post game.
Oh, that was so adorable. You want to say that? Okay. The only other piece is, I mean, you guys mentioned coaches before. Like, everybody in the NFC North has a great coach. She wanted to.
She agrees.
Okay. Hold on. She wanted to add something.
Side note: Eberflus is the DC for the Cowboys.
Hello.
Do you think the Cowboys D is going to be good?
No, Cowboys.
And you know,
Eber-
he can coach defense.
He could coach defense.
Okay, you know what? But they're still the Cowboys. They're going to be relevant enough, and then by week 10, 11,
Yeah, if Dak stays healthy, though.
yeah, we'll see.
Well, and
you know
they're-
what?
and
They're
they're
a
running
big
backs.
question mark
Yeah.
for my, like, I guess, future
Who is it,
for the
Rico?
NFL.
No.
It's,
Who is the
They
running
got
back?
Javonte Williams from the Broncos, and they got
High five.
Miles Sanders and
High five.
some rookies.
Yeah, they did grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big high
from
five.
what
Carolina.
Yeah. No, I think they're the biggest question mark for me right now in that, like, how they're going to perform. Like, I could see the optimism, I could see the pessimism.
Oh, dude, the
High five.
Steelers are the biggest question mark.
For you think?
Oh yeah. If
know.
Aaron
She's got
Rodgers
She's
goes
got
down,
some strength over here.
Tomlin knows how to pull out wins.
Sign
so
her
I
up for
you know what?
offensive
Mike Tomlin
line
is a heck of a
person
coach,
can't-
and I
love him as a coach.
yeah. Future
All
Hall of
right,
Famer,
future.
Yeah.
Falcon.
hands down. But if Rodgers goes down and they have to revert to Mason Rudolph, oh boy, they're in trouble.
I'm not a negative on Rudolph. I think Rudolph is decent enough.
I think Steelers are always going to be good. That's just
Right.
the way that they are. Tomlin is easily first ballot Hall of Famer
Oh,
coach.
Bengals
Yeah.
need a defense.
for the simple reason that I want to say in his first, what is he, 19 years in, something like that, 18, he has literally never had a losing season.
Right.
He's had a couple tie 500
No,
seasons, but
That's
I
understandable.
mean it's unbelievable that type of consistency
Winningness, yeah.
through that. So I don't think Rodgers is going to put them into the Super Bowl, but I also think it's not going to be
He
like,
shouldn't be in the NFL right now.
It's not, but it's not going to be like the Jets, where
Right.
when he was playing, he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
Got a little
I like
jungle gym.
I like their
Hello.
chances.
Hello.
Can I go with some fantasy predictions?
Yeah,
All right,
let's run it.
let's go.
Fantasy.
I think you guys would like this one.
Hi.
I'm curious.
So if I had the number 1 overall pick,
Ooh.
I will draft Puka Nakua.
Whoa.
Puka
You
for
heard it
number
here
1.
first.
I will draft
Okay.
Puka Nakua.
I don't wanna
and I'm
hit
going to
her
go
head,
get Matthew
yeah.
Stafford, and I'm going to go get Devontae Adams.
I think Adams is irrelevant now.
I think the Rams' offense is going to light it up.
you
Aaron
think,
Okay.
Williams, too.
but number 1, you take him
That's-
over.
I think Puka's unbelievable. The way that he had Cooper there, and Cooper went off the first game, right? He had, 21 targets,
right.
16
Yeah.
catches, 2 touchdowns.
I mean,
I like
Puka
him.
came back
I'm
and
just gonna-
said, that's it.
we're
This
just
is my ball."
gonna make a clip of that, and we're gonna.
That's
bring
fine.
It
No,
up.
What's
I don't.
today's
I
bring
don't
it up
I'm
when
just saying
we-
for the number 1, I couldn't warrant that. I think within the first 3 or 4, I could understand that.
Remind you, last year, number 1, I went with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor's-
Jonathan Taylor was rough.
His back end of the season, unbelievable.
Right.
He was
Right,
averaging
but
two
he was
touchdowns.
such an-
10 weeks.
If I made the playoffs.
He was such an injury prone type of guy, though, that it's,
Now,
Bronson,
do you sign that to Nakua? He's injury technically.
Now, Bronson, can I ask a question though? So, like, let's say, because we haven't determined the draft order for the 3PW league,
Greatest league.
definitely so. All right, we got some golf balls. All right, thank you.
World's best dad.
not
Yeah,
a
world's
title.
best dad. That's great.
it's not a titleist.
So, Bronson, can I,
Dude, every time with you, just
Ryan?
I went
Oh,
to grab
thank
the
you.
bomb.
Do you
Sorry.
know the sign's been there for about
right, like
7 weeks
situational
now?
awareness.
Not
you know?
really.
So can I hold you to if you got the number 1 pick?
You
I
go.
will
Is-
draft Puka Nakua.
Okay.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I think
no
that's
back,
wild.
no.
I have a hunch. I will go get Puka.
Do you have
and
any
I'll
dark
try-
horses you want to share?
I want it to work out.
Maybe a later
I think Bijan Robinson might get injured. I don't know. I got a hunch.
All right.
Bijan.
These are
okay.
called Bronson's
Thank
hunches.
you.
I called Christian last year and I said, I'm not drafting Christian. He's going to get injured. And he did.
Dude, I feel so bad
Yeah.
for the people that drafted him, going like, he's gonna have the best season
Because he had,
He's-
he had the greatest, one of the greatest
Well, they-
seasons before.
This is why I don't like having the number 1 pick. There's a lot of pressure. You can do whatever you want, obviously,
Sure.
but to take a certain few guys at the top, and if you take someone else, they don't work out, then you'd be like, why didn't I take so and so?
Right.
I prefer, and I have in my 1 league, I like having the last pick. Give me the back-to-back,
Oh,
end
back
of
to
the
back.
first
Yeah,
round.
you're getting. You're,
You let the draft play out, and you just pick the best available what's there. And I can get 2 guaranteed guys of what I want.
I kind of
no
like
matter
that
what.
theory.
Back-to-back
concept,
picks,
yeah.
that's
'Cause it's like,
awesome.
oh, if Puka
'Cause-
falls at number 12, that's a great pick. But
There's
if-
no way.
But if I,
yeah,
I'm saying,
get it.
but if I take him at number 1, that's a little risky. But
Yeah.
it, you know what I'm saying? Or like,
You're right. Like, I get what you're saying because usually you could stack either a 2 wide receiver or a wide receiver and a good running back. Not a
Right.
great, but good
Right.
enough. You
yeah.
know?
Well, back-to-back picks
Right.
is the best.
Like,
Boom, boom, you
last
know?
year, I had. I mean, this obviously happens in different years, different players. I had number 2 pick, took Tyreek Hill. That was a sure thing,
Yeah.
right?
Good pick.
Terrible. It was a
Right.
horrible pick for the most of the year, and but like if you're gonna be in that top spot, it's like there's like McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill. Like you're looking at Jamar Chase. Like those are the guys
Right.
that you feel the need to take. Not that they're not worth it all the time, but sometimes
Would
Jamar
Saquon be
Chase.
number 1?
I think
he's
should
in the
be.
conversation this
Yeah.
year for sure.
He's got to be. He's got to be. I mean,
After
just.
the year he had, yeah.
I mean,
So
And I think
close.
he's still hungry.
He was unfazed, but that was a good
Oh,
5
thank you.
inches.
Am I right though?
from,
The guy's still
Oh,
hungry.
thank
He won a
you.
Super Bowl, but I think
With a
I
golf
think
ball?
Phillies wants to go back to back with
I
it.
took him once a couple years ago, and he screwed me over. So I kind of have a little weariness to take him.
That's a lot of, you got the emotional aspect of
Yeah.
fantasy. So
I had that with
That
Christian
guy-
Go get,
McCaffrey.
go get the
Yeah.
other
He's
ones.
got it with Zeke Elliott.
Zeke is
One year, someone had passed on him, and he fell to the second round. I took him in the second round, but the whole year, again, he was like hurt. It was like his last
Yeah.
year on the Giants or something.
Yeah, give
Did
it
not
to him.
work
Give
out.
it to him.
I got, give it to Lou Bega.
Frank Sinatra.
No, give it to
Mambo
him. Yes.
number
All
5.
Come on, Ryan.
Yeah.
She's a kid. You gotta grab.
I'm making all right.
All right. So,
But yeah, I think the Rams
All
are
right,
going to
thank
light
you.
it up.
all right. I like the bold
Oh,
prediction.
there you go.
Bronson's bold predictions.
I think the
There you
Redskins
go.
stay very relevant, and I think they go.
The Redskins
playoff.
are no longer a team.
The Commanders.
Whatever.
I knew what you meant.
I mean,
Do you think Jaden Daniels is going to have another good year?
I think he's going to have another good
Jaden
year.
Daniels lit it up, man.
he's good.
The one thing that I'll
Psych.
kind of like my final point though of like predictions wise, like training camp, there's always going to be a big name guy, maybe not the biggest name, but there's going to be somebody going down. That is going to
absolutely.
completely change your draft strategy,
Right.
or like,
Yeah.
oh, I was going to take him, and
It always
then
happens, yeah.
Yes.
okay, the number one on that team goes down. Now this guy gets kind of catapulted into a better position. I'm waiting for that to really derive any predictions of like who I really am focusing on to go like, hey, this guy. Obviously, if I'm at number one, I think the obvious choice is Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon.
in
De
that
Laquan.
system.
Okay.
Well,
Not
also
Christian? He's back?
I am so not sold on Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's a tough-
just for the
it's a
simple
tough
fact
pill.
that they're okay.
Oh, he's
there you
handsome.
go.
Yeah, I get it.
Comment from the
His
peanut
wife is
gallery
even
over
better.
there.
That is a handsome man.
Olivia Culpo Hook.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, so Bronson, you
thank
should
you.
draft him based on that. But you
Now
know,
watch
again,
Christian go off.
again, it very well could happen. But I just think that the 49ers kind of time in the sun starting
That's
to
fading.
dissipate for sure.
I feel
because
that
they're-
for Kansas City. I think we're going to watch the rise of the fall. Essentially,
No,
I think
no way.
they're on the cusp of.
It's Patrick Mahomes and Andy
I get it.
Reid.
I get it. It's Patrick Mahomes, but I'm just saying I don't think that they're going to be playoff worthy this year.
If Mahomes
We'll
could
see.
do it with what
That's
he
a bold
did
statement,
last
I know.
year,
Right.
I mean,
Mahomes had nobody last year.
Okay, I'm just putting it out there that they're going
Yeah,
to be
I know.
struggling to make the playoffs.
You know, and it's going around a lot. I see ESPN. You know, a lot of people are feeling like that. That Kansas City's going to go down. Buffalo's coming up.
We'll see. But I do like Mahomes. He's a winner.
Yeah.
Like he
I
knows
mean,
how to
again,
win games.
It's okay, but your prediction was that he's not
I still
gonna
no.
do
I'm
well.
thinking we're going to watch the rise of the fall. Basically,
Okay,
you know,
the start of
here-
the descent. I got you.
Yeah, Rome
So-
is falling.
I think Kansas City will be still in the playoffs, still one of the
City.
best teams. Now, fantasy-wise,
Throw a bold
maybe
prediction.
not with Mahomes. Well, I mean, he hasn't been for a couple of years usually.
Rasheed Rice is
For
coming
bold
back.
prediction for the C for
I like
any-
bold-
Bold, yeah.
Rice.
Everybody threw out one bold prediction.
That's
Like
my bold
playoffs
one.
or like Super Bowl
Just
Just
wins?
in general, just a bold.
No, I mean
prediction.
you had
Okay.
the draft pick. Puka Nacua.
Yeah, Puka, that's a good bold one.
Bold prediction. Put me on the spot. Aaron Rodgers will be back to form.
Oh,
That is a
former
bold
Green
prediction.
Bay owner
Not,
here.
not like prime, but like relevant. Where
Relevant,
he's
yeah.
like,
He's got DK,
no,
Ooh,
like he's
DK.
got
Cat fire moves.
He's got a real team, a real coach.
Najee.
Never doubt him. I'm just saying, like
I wish he did a better year, Najee.
Oh, he's gone. He's not there.
I know.
Oh,
I wish.
okay.
I know. I wish he had some better. You
It's
know.
on,
I'm sorry.
I'll give you guys one guess. Where do all middle age or
Browns.
past their prime running backs go?
Browns.
Texans.
Jets.
Chargers.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, Texans too.
Texans. I'll give you
David
Texans as well,
Johnson.
yeah.
Nick Chubb's there. Joe Mixon. Joe
A
Mixon's
lot of
really
people are
well.
saying that the Chargers are going to win the division over the Chiefs.
I can see
I
that.
could
see it.
definitely
I can
see
see
it.
that.
Harbaugh's a heck of a coach.
Yeah.
All right. Any last predictions on the NFL season? We'll obviously recap. We'll have
That was
Bronson
good.
back on to during the season, during
Yeah,
the
pleasure,
fantasy
guys.
season.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. Pleasure.
Well, thank
Love having
you.
you on. Yeah.
Any
And we got a
last
special
call?
guest.
This was fun.
Thank you.
Ryan has all of the golf.
All
balls
the
now.
golf balls.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's
All
go
right.
let's go out to the course.
Yeah, no,
All
it was
right.
fun.
Sounds
Pleasure,
good.
guys.
All right, man. Peace
Pleasure.
out.
Good seeing you, Bronson.
We'll be back
Okay,
with
boys.
some other segments and stuff like that in a
Cool.
little bit. Peace.